Ladies and gentlemen, let this be a public service announcement for you to let you know that becoming evil itself does not find you the answers that you're looking for. It just makes you come off as looking like a dick. This is 101R Smith, and today we will be looking at the Master Grade Altron Gundam Custom.
I'm acting for the people who are used as weapons. I'm fighting on behalf of all soldiers, including yourself. Right now, you and I are fighting like this. Isn't it true that you feel fulfilled as I do whenever you're engaged in a fight? You and I are the same. We are only able to acknowledge our existence in the battlefield.
Just remember, Wu Fei, Trace is dead. You have already defeated him.
You're wrong. I still continue to fight him even now.
Cynicism aside, I'm so happy to have Altron Custom as part of my collection. This is part 2 of what I'm calling my Endless Waltz trilogy. Last week you guys got to see Sandrock, and next week you'll get to see Depths I Hell, but trust me, I'm just ecstatic to have Altron Custom in my collection. I tried to get this 2 years ago, but it was sold out, and up until Bandai announced their reprints, this thing was going for $160. I was like, fuck no, I'm not spending that much money on a master grade. I'd rather get a perfect grade than do that. But I was so glad for the 20th anniversary, Bandai decided to do a reprint of all of the P-Bandai Endless Waltz Gundam kits. And this is one of them. I got Sandrock and Altron from Image Anime at a somewhat decent price. I paid about 90 bucks. Which is still a little bit expensive for a master grade, but again, it's P-Bandai, what can you do? To have one of the 5 leads, Wu Fei, who didn't get the greatest amount of character development in Gundam Wing and then kind of went south in Endless Waltz is kind of annoying, but Altron was always one of my favorite Gundams. Technically, I preferred the TV version, but I like the color scheme of the Endless Waltz version just a little bit more. And the Dragon Fangs look a hell of a lot more dangerous. Even though they took away the flamethrower ability, which is kind of idiotic, but okay. Anyways, let's open up the box and see what we have here. Just like with Sandrock Custom, if you built any of the Master Grade Gundam Wing kits, then you're in very familiar territory. Nearly every single part of Shenlong EW is in this kit, as it's just simply a recolor. One maybe minute detail that is different from Shenlong is that there are holes in the inner frame of the arms, and those are used for the Dragon Fangs. One thing that left me feeling a little bit suspicious is that almost every runner here that isn't exclusive to Altron is labeled both Shenlong EW and Altron EW, which I did not see in the original Shenlong, which has me feeling this was originally meant to be a retail release and not P-Bandai. Otherwise, this is everything that you can expect out of a normal Gundam Wing kit. No surprises. Good enough color separation. You'll be able to fly through this in a breeze, especially if you have any familiarity with the Gundam Wing Master Grade kits. This is a very simple kit to build, but you'll enjoy it nonetheless. Now built and assemble, and we have Master Grade Altron Gundam Custom. And I have to say that this is a very beautiful Gundam. I love the fact that it has 2 tones of green everywhere, and the pale white helps the green pop out so much more. Panel lining is definitely necessary because of the fact that it has very dark colors that you won't be able to see some of the great detail that's in this kit. This kit is very sturdy and has almost no balance issues from what I've seen, even with the Dragon Fangs on, which was a concern I did have when getting this. But otherwise, it looks great. Now let's look at some articulation and see what it can do. Okay, so let's start with the head. The head can go up and down, but unfortunately, due to the colors, it can't go 360. The arms can go out about that high and can go 360 so long as you're mindful of the Dragon Fangs. Despite the Dragon Fangs, you can get an easy double jointed bend with the elbow without any problems. And as well, you can get 360 degrees on the waist without giving you any sort of problem whatsoever. So mindful that you're of the dragging thing. Front skirts, side skirts, and back skirts can move out of the way no problem. And you get a beautiful double jointed knee with some slight shift armor, which looks fabulous. And the ankles are double jointed on both ends and they move no problem. I would say that the articulation here is very standard for a master grade, but again, this thing is solid despite having those things as accessories. Now, we all know why we're here. We're here for the dragging things, and it works, but don't let this image discourage you. Let me explain myself. So with the dragging things, you get 5 lengths for each side. However, they're a little bit too big for the lengths to hold. So you're going to get the stand to allow you to hold them and allow you to stretch them out as long as you can. You also get 10 extra pieces of dragon thing tail, I guess you could say it, which allows you to stretch out about this high. Though I don't know why you need it to be that long. I guess Wu-Fei is compensating for something? I don't know. You also get the double beam trident, which looks pretty good, even though it's a bit standard. You get the beam effect part for both ends, and it looks pretty cool when you're not using the dragon fangs. It's a great weapon and a great accessory, despite the fact that it's very simple. And there's a nice little peg on the back of the backpack that allows you to hold it in there. For comparison shots, we have Ultron next to Sandrock Custom, Ultron with Gundam Heavy Arms Custom, and for its predecessor, Shenlong. And here you can see that it's literally the exact same Gundam, just a color swap and 2 different dragon fangs instead of 1. So, here we are with the final intake of Ultron Custom, and I have to say that this is actually a pretty good kit. It's fairly standard and allows you for some great articulation as well as great posability with dragon fangs, which is phenomenal. However, a couple of nitpicks here are that the head is kind of flake, kept popping off so many different times that I've tried to put it back on. You really have to hold that thing down. One other nitpick is that in this kit they give you pieces for Shenlong's shield. However, they don't give you the inner frame, which is disappointing. I know the shield isn't canon with this version of Ultron, but it would have been greatly updated if it was added. It's the same problem where I have with Sandrock and that Bandai is being half-assed, even though this is supposed to be a premium product. Otherwise, I think this kit is a very good base. It had a lot of what made Shenlong good. You get Ultron, which is great, and it moves very well. It looks great, and you'll be happy to have it in your Gundam Wing collection. Now, the ultimate question is to answer, is it worth getting? And I would say yes. There's enough different here to validate buying this again and paying the premium Bandai line. Because the difference is you get the dragon fangs, which work great, and unfortunately can't be worked as well with Shenlong. You would have to repaint Shenlong and then find some way to recreate or scratch build those dragon fangs, which can be difficult. So I would say bite the bullet and pay out for P-Bandai. This is a very beautiful kit, and it's only going to get more expensive as time goes on. Like I said before, I was lucky to be able to get this on a reprint. This was going for $160 beforehand, so get it while you can. This is 101R Smith, and I will see you later. Peace!